What's going on, everybody? James Bouligny here for Cover1. I am your host for the postgame show today, and we have a slate of great games. We got Wall, Junction, and Water Valley Robert Lee coming at you. We have highlights from all of them. Before we get into any of it, though, here's a quick word from Kickin' Cuts. Looking for a fresh cut without breaking the bank? Well, Kickin' Cuts is now open at 4238 Sherwood Way. Haircuts start at $19 for kids and $22 for adults. They offer hot towels, beard detailings, multiple discounts, and they also sell hard-to-find hair care products. Kickin' Cuts is locally owned, and they're ready to get you looking sharp at an affordable price. Kickin' Cuts, located at 4238 Sherwood Way in San Angelo. Our man Ryan Chadwick went to Sweetwater Friday for the Wall Slaton game, and the Wall Hawks completely dominated. We're just going to get right into the highlights, and then we'll hear from Coach Slaughter after the end. All right, Hawks up 7-0 early in this one, 6:41 left in the second quarter. York takes a snap, finds Jagger Thompson in the end zone. Wall goes up 14-0. 30 seconds left in the half. Tigers driving here. Trey Harris keeps the ball, gets around the line, in for the score. He crosses the goal line before fumbles. 14-7, Wall Hawks at halftime. Second half pickoff here. Jaden Alier kicks it right to Kyler O'Neal. He's going to take it one way, doesn't like it. Cuts back up the other way. Downfield. Wide open for him. Dances around this guy. Gets in for the score here. Hawks go up 21-7. All right, 8:18 left in the third. Wall driving. York takes the snap. Gets away a little bit here. Throws it back across. Finds Brady Neal, who scores from 16 yards out. Hawks extend their lead 28-7. Here we go. Here's the Hawk defense for you. This is Bennett Branch getting in there for the sack, taking down Jacob Lopez. All right, 3:57 left in the third quarter. York hands it off to Brady Neal. He takes it 67 yards, not for his first, second, or third, but his fourth touchdown of the game. Hawks lead right now 42-7. Hawk football here. York looking to the back of the end zone, throws it, but he's picked off by J.C. Rodriguez. I almost looked surprised when he caught it. He gets upfield, though, a little bit. He snagged himself an interception. I like the aggressiveness there from the Hawks, though. Here on the ensuing drive, Tigers trying to get something, but Jacob Braden says no way. He gets a sack. Big time there for the Hawks. That defense is playing really, really well. And this is Landon York kneeling out the game. Hawks dominated Slaton 56-7. And they have a rematch right here in San Angelo next week between the Idalou Wildcats, who beat the Canadian Wildcats 24-17. But remember, this Hawks team played Idalou earlier this season, 35-21. Anyway, here's the head coach of the Hawks, Craig Slaughter.
All right, joining me is head coach of the Wall Hawks, Craig Slaughter, after the 56-7 regional semifinal win over Slaton. Coach, first off, just tell me how you think the boys played today.
Really responded great. Didn't obviously like how the game started. We weren't doing a very good job on the edge. When I gave the kids a chance to play better, I was probably messing up some calls in the first half. At halftime, we talked about, hey, we're going to go. We just played a different coverage, which let somebody else be the edge. I thought the kids played great.
Well, it seemed like even on offense, you missed a couple opportunities in that first half. Came back out in the second half, played amazing.
No, it was. I think our kids, just weren't quite as tuned in as maybe they needed to be. But going forward, dude, it's absolutely. everybody left got dudes, and we got dudes, and let's go get it on.
All right, Coach, let's talk about your running back real quick. He had himself a day, 4 touchdowns, 2 in the air, 2 on the ground. Or it might be 3 in the air, 1 on the ground. But, Brady plays, hard. He doesn't necessarily get all the flashy plays, but, man, he showed out today.
No, huge game. Obviously, Landon found him on that first score of the day. And then, Brady, Lord, I didn't realize. He had no good for him. He's a hard-working kid. A kid that kind of waited in line last year, for some playing time. And that spotlight's found him. And, man, here we go.
And, of course, that defense forced another two takeaways, several quarterback sacks, several, failed fourth down conversions by Slaton. How is that going to carry you through the rest of the way?
Dude, obviously defense travels all the time, any condition, rain, sleet, whatever. And, we think we'll be in every game because those guys can absolutely, play at an elite level, and are proud of them, and let's keep doing it.
And, Coach, if this fourth quarter score holds, Idalou's leading Canadian right now, what does that mean for the Hawks?
I mean, dude, it'd be a game at Bobcat Stadium, and I expect a monster, insane crowd, from the jump. So that would be, probably the most people me or these kids have ever, coached under, played in. I mean, that stadium would be absolutely, I think, packed out. So I'm hoping, whoever we play, we're going to go perform. But if that's a home game, that's a pretty neat opportunity.
All right, Coach. Well, congrats and go enjoy the win.
Appreciate it. Go Hawks.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
There you have it. Wallhawks win again. They get Idalou next week. Kind of surprised me that Idalou beat Canadian. I was seeing in the chatter on Facebook somewhere that the last time Idalou beat Canadian was 2006. And that was also, I think, the last year they beat Wall. That can't be right. But that's what I saw in the comments. Either way, Wall has a tough one ahead. They only won by 2 touchdowns last time, and it was a tight game all the way through earlier this season. But Slaughter's going to have his team ready, and I think he's still got Gunter out there waiting in the wings. I know they're the same team as last year, but they're going to be dangerous. But don't worry about Gunter yet. Let's worry about Idalou coming up. It's going to be a tough game right here in San Angelo. It'll be a good one. And let's hear a quick word from Angelo MRI, and then we'll get into some of our 6-man action.
Have you ever needed an MRI? Do you know someone that needs an MRI? And did you know that you have a choice? When your doctor orders an MRI, tell them that you choose Angelo MRI. The founders of Angelo MRI started Angelo MRI when they faced the high cost of MRIs from traditional medical facilities. That's why Angelo MRI offers a better way. A high-quality MRI for just $5.95. And Angelo MRI accepts all insurance, saving you time and money. It's your health, your money, and your choice. Angelo MRI, 4114 South Jackson in San Angelo, or look them up at angelomri.com. Remember, when your doctor orders an MRI, tell them that you choose Angelo MRI.
Water Valley and Robert Lee, these are two of the premier 6-man programs in the state. They're both not just from the Concho Valley. They're in the same district. It was a great game earlier in the season. They rematched here in the playoffs, and this one was here in San Angelo. And let's just get to the highlights. Here we go, last game from right here at San Angelo. This is Water Valley's Branson Lacey with a 33-yard touchdown run. Wildcats draw first blood, up 8-0 with 6:52 left in the first quarter. You're under a minute left in the opening quarter here. Robert Lee's Brenner Sherwood's going to look, and he's just going to run this one in for the score. Steers cut the lead 8-6. Early second quarter here. Here's Branson again this time. 10-yard score for the Wildcats. Water Valley pulls ahead 14-6. Scores 28-6 now. Steer football. This is going to be Wyatt Bosworth, 21-yard catch from Brenner Sherwood. Goes into halftime. That's the score, 28-14. Robert Lee football. Brenner looking, and he might have found somebody, throws it, but that's Landon Lacey who flies in for the pick. Water Valley with a superb defensive play there. 6:50 left in the game. This is Boston Weiss taking the handoff, and he's just going to run it in for a touchdown about 18 yards out. Wildcats extend their lead 42-20 over Robert Lee. But the Steers just won't go away. This is Brenner Sherwood doing his little dance, and he's going to end up finding Bosworth again from about 26 yards out. Robert Lee still trails, though, 42-28. But Water Valley is Water Valley. Here is Boston Weiss again. Little 3-yard run here with 2:17 left in the game. That does it, though. Wildcats move on, knocking out the Robert Lee Steers 50-28. There you go. Water Valley is moving on. They play Rankin next week. It's another rematch. Next week's just all about rematches, apparently. Water Valley's going to play Rankin next week here in San Angelo, I think on Saturday at 6 p.m. If you haven't seen a 6-man game, better get there early because I don't expect this one to go all 4 quarters. I bet they get out and put it on them pretty good. They did earlier this season, but it's deep in the playoffs. You can't write anybody off. Don't be thinking we punched our ticket already. You haven't. Win this game, get a week off, go to Jerry World, where you'll probably match up with Gordon at State. A great win for the Wildcats. Lacey's put in work. Boston Weiss put in work. We saw great game. And Brenner Sherwood, for Robert Lee, I know it didn't go the way y'all wanted it to, but great season from that young man. Great season last year. He's put in 2 really good years of football, and nothing but respect that goes out to him. And as far as next season, Robert Lee's going to be okay. They have a pretty young roster coming up, so I think they'll be all right. And let's hear a quick word from Shelburne Financial, and then we'll get to the game I went to. At Shelburne Financial, you are more than just a number. They will help you plan for retirement, prepare tax documents, and more. Whether you're looking to grow your savings or plan for your future, the experienced team at Shelburne Financial is here to help you and guide you every step of the way. Give them a call at 944-9447 or head over to 3177 Executive Drive and invest in your future. All right, I went to Johnson City on Friday for the Junction Granger matchup. This was a really good game. The defenses played out of their minds. Let's just get right to the highlights. Then we'll hear from Coach Scott Freeman afterwards. Here we go. Junction Eagles taking on the Granger Lions, and they waste no time. That's Brock Bierschwal taking the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. Eagles go up 7-0 with just 11 seconds off the clock. All right, big-time defense from both schools. That was the only touchdown in the first quarter, but here in the second, Jason Doyle finds Coda Bierschwal downfield. That gets things moving. Of course, this sets up an Aiden O'Brien touchdown where 1, 2, 3, 4 guys tried to tackle him but didn't stop him from getting in there for the score. Junction up 14-0, about 8 minutes left in the half. Here, 4:52 left until the break. This is Coda again with the touchdown here. Look at him just manning his way through there. In for the score. 21-0, Eagles. Here we go, Granger down the goal line. Caleb Hobrich getting in for the score here from about a yard out. Lions cut the lead 21-7 with 1:17 left in the half, 1:06 left. Junction staying aggressive. Jason Doyle throws it, but he gets intercepted by Trey Castillo for Granger. Lions took over. Here in the second half, Wyan Rockner gets out of trouble, throws it. It's tipped and picked off by Hunter Dale. Junction takes possession. 7:44 left in the third quarter. Eagles down in the fourth, but this one must have slipped off Doyle's hand or something. He gets picked off by Ryder Bice. That sets up the next touchdown for Granger. Caleb Tucker took it in for the Lions. Scores 27-14. Here we go. This is a pick by Hunter Doyle again. Absolute ball hawk for the Eagles out there. Picked up a penalty too on that horse collar tackle. Into the fourth quarter. Under 9 in the game. 35-14 Eagles. Lions have the ball. It gets picked off by Chasen Roberts. Tip drill to himself. Intercepts the pass. That's his third interception of the game. 6:57 left in the game now. Doyle is going to hand this one off to Bodie Bierschwal, who's going to man through that tackle, attempted tackle, and just big man running there. Ends up going down short of the goal line, about 13-yard line. And Coach Freeman, though, rewarded that big run on this next play here. Bierschwal's going to sneak in there under center, take it, and just kind of push it into the end zone. Junctions ends up winning this one, 42-14. That defense is scary good. Offense has a lot of room to be super aggressive, and they get a rematch with the Shiner Comanches next week. Here's Coach Freeman. Okay, we got Scott Freeman here, Junction head coach. Just got a big win over Granger. First off, how's it feel?
That's awesome. Anytime you can play in December, it's a great feeling. I'm proud for these boys, proud for this community, and I couldn't be more excited about that.
Also, your defense played their ass off. Well, they've been playing their ass off all year long, but tonight really played hard. You got Hunter Dale back there, had 2 interceptions. Case Roberts had an interception. When you can lean on your defense, does that help you be more aggressive? Because I love the aggressiveness tonight.
It does, and especially in conditions like this where, anytime you have to snap the ball deep, it kind of makes you worried. So, and our deep snappers kind of told me, Coach, we're wet. We don't really want to do it. So we were able to be a little more aggressive offensively. Some things worked out, some things didn't. But you're right. Because our defense was playing so well, I never second-guessed it.
All right, next week, rematch against Shiner. So you've been building towards this all year. What's that mean? You get a rematch. What's that?
It's definitely what we want. The whole community, the whole Junction's been wanting this for an entire year. We're excited. We're ready to get this rock and rolling. We're going to play a quality program in Shiner, but I'm excited. I'm excited for this opportunity.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, there you have it. I asked him if he's going to dye his hair like the rest of his team has on state runs. He said maybe. But Junction just played really, really well. Their offense was super aggressive. I liked how much they, tried to go for it on fourth down. They didn't want to really punt it. Also, the wind and the rain was it wasn't really rain, it was more misting, heavy mist. So that might have influenced a little bit. Conditions weren't super great. And that defense is playing out of their minds. 14 points, 4 rounds deep is really impressive. Next week they get their rematch against Shiner. They lost 28-0 last year to the Shiner Comanches. And this year, that defense is playing. If that defense locks down like they do and that offense plays just as well as they've been playing, I don't think they're going to have much resistance. If they can put it together, they can make a serious run here. But great game by the Eagles. I'm excited for it. And also, all the Concho Valley teams won. Richland Springs won yesterday. They play strong, and Mason plays Refugio. But we're going to get into some scores here. Let me pull them up. All right, here we go. Richland Springs over Oglesby, 72-22. Axtell over De Leon, 27-18. Denton Geyer over Byron Nelson, 24-21. South Lake Hale beat Prosper, 49-31. Grandview beat Commerce, 49-48. There were a lot of close ones from what I saw. Rankin beat Whiteface, 82-38. Katy beat Humble Summer Creek, Humble Summer Creek beat Katy, 38-37. Iowa Colony beat Brenhams, 31-30. Austin Vandergrift beat San Marcos, 24-7. Lake Travis beat Laredo United, 41-7. Junction over Granger, 42-14. Mason over Kennedy, 41-37. Joaquin over Elysian Fields, 74-21. Refugio over Ganado, 40-13. Columbus over Franklin, 34-21. West Plains over Canyon, 35-3. Sinton over Wimberley, 35-26. Midland Greenwood over Graham, 36-21. Llano over Goliad, 31-7. Jayton beat Benjamin, 76-62. That's a great 6-man game. Peaster beat Vernon, 36-3. Strawn, 45 3-way, 46-0. Water Valley beat Robert Lee, 50-28. Allen beat Odessa Permian, 56-13. Stratford beat Bovina, 48-14. South Oak Cliff beat Terrell, 45-17. Bremen beat Mart, 17-6. Paradise beat Jim Ned, 27-7. Gordon beat May, 71-22. Munster beat Albany, 28-7. San Augustine beat Beckville, 43-33. Stephenville beat Canyon Randall, 51-6. Port Neches Grove beat Midlothian Heritage, 17-14. Melissa over Anna, 49-7. DeSoto over the Woodlands College Park, 56-34. And Carthage beat Pleasant Grove, 34-20. Galena Park North Shore beat Cypress Falls, 54-27. East Bernard beat Lexington, 45-21. Groover beat Ropes, 23-13. Leonard beat Blue Ridge, 34-28. West Texas beat New Home, 26-19. Salina beat Decatur, 33-7. Shiner beat Iola, 34-14. Idalou beat Canadian, 24-17. Gunter beat Henrietta, 41-6. We'll talk about that here in a second. Cisco beat Spearman, 28-20. Dripping Springs beat Medina Valley, 45-14. Mount Enterprise beat Overton, 74-46. Brock beat Seminole, 66-3. Wall beat Slaton, 56-7. Lindsay beat Collinsville, 29-23. Tidehaven beat Blanco, 31-3. And those are our scores. Now I want to talk about, I saw some things online about the Gunter-Henrietta game, that the reffing was kind of out of hand. I don't know if they've opened an investigation into how the ref was acting. He's doing the crying, signal to the Henrietta bench or something. A Gunter player wiped a Henrietta towel off one of the players, and it caused this kerfluffle out there. I don't know. But anyway, those are scores brought to you by TriStar Fleet. Talk about our next round of matchups right quick. Wall plays Idalou at 6 p.m. Friday here in San Angelo. It's going to be a great one there, and Wall can't look past this Idalou team. They're this deep in the playoffs for a reason. They're really, really good. Junction plays Shiner in Hutto at 7 p.m. on Friday. Richland Springs plays Strawn. To be determined. We don't know where it's going to be. If you kind of look at it, Comanche makes a lot of sense. Stephenville would be pretty cool there at Art Briles. Brown would make sense too. That'd be a really good kind of halfway point for those two schools. It's going to be great, though. Dwayne Lee there in Strawn. I don't know if you watched Texas 6. I think it was on CBS about the Strawn Longhorns and everything. It was pretty cool. Oh, excuse me, Strawn Greyhounds. Gordon Longhorns, my bad. I don't know if you watched that, though, but it was really good. No, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Kind of shows six-man in a different light. Water Valley plays Rankin on Saturday here at 5 p.m. at San Angelo Stadium, and Mason plays Refugio at San Antonio Hero Stadium at 7 p.m. on Thursday. Now let's hear a quick word from the ArcLight, and we'll be right back. Catch all the collegiate and pro football action at the ArcLight Bar and Grill, located at 441 Rio Concho Drive, inside the Clarion Hotel in downtown San Angelo. All right, there you have it. That is the Cover One postgame show. Again, great job by all the Concho Valley teams going out there getting wins. Usually this deep in the playoffs, we're kind of running out of teams. Usually just a couple of them, but we got 5 in there. Let's go. I'm excited for it. Great schools all around too. You know, coaches that I haven't covered Junction much this year, and when I went and covered them, I was just surprised at how aggressive they were on offense and going for an onside kick when you didn't need to, but it was a great. I loved it. I loved the aggressiveness. And their defense plays I think they've only given up 106 or 105 points all year or something like that in 13 games. So it's like 8 points a game or something, just playing really, really well. I really enjoyed it. Wall, of course, Idalou. It's going to be a tough one for them. Idalou played them tough earlier in the season. It was a close game until Wall started pulling away there at the end. And then Mason Refugio. Refugio beating Ganado was kind of surprising to me, but Refugio's always had a really good team. Mason, we kind of gave him some hell at the beginning of the season, but they played really tough teams. They played Wall and Junction, and I think they played Brady, and they played really tough teams they were playing up. And they didn't start off the season with a super good record, but new head coach, basically a new team. Everybody graduated from last season, and they're playing really, really good football right now. It's gonna be a good game. And then Water Valley and Rankin. Water Valley has a really good chance here to punch their ticket to Jerry World. They beat Rankin pretty convincingly earlier this season, but don't overthink it. Don't think too far ahead. Take care of this week what you got to take care of. But I do thank you to Ryan Chadwick and Paul Harris for going out to games, helping us out there. Thank you, Joe Hyde, putting up reels. I'm James Bouligny for Cover One. We'll see you on next week's pregame show.